about this for a second because wait, don't change the channel. Hold on, don't say that this is the Pest Repellers. And I told you that these were products that are never on the air and hardly ever available, and then you've seen the Pest Repellers. Before you even say that, let me explain. These are not the Pest Repellers. Nuh-uh. These are the electromagnetic Pest Repellers. This is 2 Pest Repellers rather than the 6 or 8 or 10 that you normally need. Guys, our next item as part of my home solution treasures, items that are rarely on the air, are our electromagnetic and ultrasonic pest repellers. We often see the classic pest repellers on TV, and they are fabulous. They work and have been proven to work on rats, mice, roaches, ants, spiders, repelling them, getting rid of them. What you don't see on TV is this. These are the more premium version, electromagnetic technology and ultrasonic technology. Instead of having a huge bundle, you only need 2. Typically 1 per floor. If you live on a 1-story house, put 1 at one end of the house and the other at the other end of the house. These are the most powerful and most effective form of pest repeller that we offer on HSN. You plug it into the wall and it goes to work. One of them, as you can see here, even has an additional outlet so you don't lose the outlet. What you have from Bell & Howell is a product that was tested on spiders to repel them, roaches, ants, rats, and mice, and it does. When you buy this product, you don't need to change anything. There's no filters or cartridges. There's no ongoing expense every month, every week, every year. You plug them in and you walk away. Whether you live in the big city or the beautiful countryside, whether you live in an apartment or a big manor house, it doesn't matter. It will work for you. A company that's been around for well over 100 years, Bell & Howell has refined this technology, and in 2020, it is more powerful than it's ever been before. So, to round out my treasures of items that we don't typically see on HSN in the world of home solutions, we are going to end with this because you don't see this very often. It is a more premium technology, but boy, is it always in demand. Lou, Mr. Lou Caputo, our special guest. Lou, you are a treasure, as you know now at this stage. There should be a statue of you at the front gate. But Lou,
well, thank you.
It is a product that we see a lot of pest repellers, but this particular model, not so much.
No, we don't, and that's the crazy thing about these. Well, for one thing, it's so hard to keep them in stock. Right. There's that, you know. When we show them, they go. But that's because these have the 1-2 punch. That's what I like to call it. It's got that ultrasonic technology that we've seen for years and years and years, but they've also added in the electromagnetic to it as well. So you've got both things happening at the same time. And Adam, you know, the ultrasonic is fantastic for ridding rooms of pests. Right. But then where do they go? If they can't get out of the house, they're in your walls. So the sound waves won't penetrate the walls. We have the electromagnetic in this, and that's going to go through the existing wiring in your house. And you hit the nail on the head. There's nothing else you have to do, Adam. You plug them in, you forget they're there, except the pests leave. It's that easy. And that's why they are so popular. One of the things that we talk about and we joke about is if you're in bed at night, I'm the same. If I see a spider running around on the wall, I ain't going to bed until I've got that spider. Right? If you get up in the middle of the night and you're walking to the bathroom and you stand on something and there's a crunch and you just stood on a cockroach, oh no, not nice. If you, God forbid, have got rats or mice, you know you want to repel them, that's what this is going to be able to do. We have approximately 1,500 to go around, so not very many. Lou is going to be on TV regularly with the regular pest repellers, which are amazing. But if you're somebody that simply wants to go high-end with the most powerful form of pest repelling, that's what you've got here. Lou, even if you told me, you know, look, Adam, these are fantastic, but you have to buy a cartridge every month, I'd still be interested in it because it's still going to be less money than getting somebody to do it for you. But when you buy this, it's one and done. You'll never spend another penny on maintaining it. No, and that's the beautiful thing about these is that it is a one and done. You plug them in, you literally do forget that they're there. You know, one day you're just going to wake up and go, you know, I haven't seen any little pests around here. I haven't heard anything in the walls. You know, that's the only way you're really going to notice it. Now, there are lights on these that go on and off. You're going to see them. There's 2 of them on these because there's 2 different forms of repelling happening. But there are lights on these that will light on and off, and that lets you know they're working. But honestly, at the end of the day, you can't hear them. You're not going to hear them. Your kids won't hear them. Your pets won't hear them, but the rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, and the spiders, they do. And people often ask us, why is it only effective against those 5 things? Well, they may be effective against other things as well, but HSN went to the team at Bell & Howell and said, listen, if you want to make any claims about these at all, you've got to have these tested by an independent third-party laboratory. Well, turns out that testing is phenomenally expensive. So they picked the 5 things that most people have problems with: rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. And they are effective at repelling those from the areas in which these are working. Now, you know, this time of year, Adam, we are having tremendous amounts of rain down here in Florida. And what happens when it rains a lot? The pests come inside.
You know it.
The roaches come in through your pipes. The rats and the mice try to get in there. And it's a funny thing. Different times of the year, you're going to have problems with different pests. But the bottom line is you're always going to have some sort of a problem with them. These are going to eliminate them. And Adam, you know, for years now, people have tried different methods of getting rid of pests. For instance, a lot of people tried different sprays, different traps, different things like that. But the problem with all of these, I'm going to put all of them out here, is that they're very specific for what species they'll work on. Like, this is for ants only. This is for roaches only. I've got some more things back here for rats and mice. Well, you're spending a lot of money on these up front, but then you've got to apply them every so often because they're going to wear off. So that's more work for you. And then when you run out of these, guess what? You got to go out and you've got to buy more of them. So now you're reaching into your pockets again. If you just get the Bell & Howell pest repellers, plug these in, the ones we got right now, you're not going to have to buy anything for ants, nothing for roaches, nothing for rats and mice. That means no more poisons, no more traps, no more carcasses to deal with. And Adam, notice, nothing here for spiders. This will repel spiders. Ours does.
And to be clear so everybody understands, when Lou says it's been tested to work on those, it has been. So we know that. We know it's going to work on rats, mice, roaches, spiders, and ants, right? We know that. Not many of us like those bugs in our homes. This is a wonderful way to get rid of them. But to be really clear, in our final 7 or 8 minutes, pest repellers from Bell & Howell are on HSN all the time, because they're big sellers and they work. Great reviews. What's not on television all the time are these. You see how they're a little bit bigger? These are ultrasonic, the others are as well, but these are also electromagnetic. So these are giving you 2 types of technology to help to deter and repel those creepy crawlies. So that's why it's my final treasure in the world of home solutions. You don't replace anything, you don't change anything, you don't maintain anything, you plug it in and you let it go to work. Now, likely, there are many folks with raised eyebrows. There always are. There always are. The truth is, ultrasonic pest repellers have been around for years, and I mean years. I remember back in England, 20 years ago when I first started talking about ultrasonic pest repellers. You used to get one for about $70. And that was nothing like this technology. Pest repellers work, they do. People have different amounts of success with them, right? Like anything in life. But again, you don't know until you try it. Now, we have people call in and say it's the best thing they ever bought. We have people call in and say, well, it worked on this, but it didn't work on that, but I'm pleased I tried it. You've got 30 days to give it a go, and that's all I'm saying to you. You gotta give it a go. Bigger homes or smaller homes, apartments, townhouses, it doesn't matter where you live, you plug it in and you're good to go. The brilliant thing about this is because it's taking ultrasonic technology and electromagnetic technology, you do not need to, listen, I'm not gonna stand here and say you need to buy 2 sets, you don't. Normally with pest repellers, the normal ones that we sell, it comes in packs of 6 or 8, and you put one in every single room. You do not need to do that with this. This has been designed, again, with that higher end technology so that you put just one on each floor of your house. So upstairs and downstairs, and that's all you need for that protection. If you live on a 1-story house, put one at one end and the other at the other, okay? And you're gonna be absolutely good to go. It's a product we've talked about so much so much. And I hope that we've helped to kind of paint the difference, because Lou, all the pest repellers that Bell and Howell make are great products. But in the line of good, better, best, these, adding in the electromagnetic technology, give you the very best performance and protection.
No, it's true. And you know, it makes sense to add these in if you have our other pest repellers. Because if you're sitting at home saying like, well, I've already got my house covered because I've got a set of 10 that I bought from Bell & Howell. Good, you know, great for you. That's fantastic. But inside the walls isn't protected. And here's why. If you were to, let's say your neighbor was playing really, really loud music next door. They hear it really loud over there. On your side, it's probably kind of muffled. Well, it's the same thing with ultrasonic sound waves. When they go out into a room and they bounce back, inside the wall, that's muffled, okay? So even though the pests hear it, they don't hear it as loud. That's where that electromagnetic comes in. That goes through the wiring inside of the walls. That disrupts them. But Adam, that's why I tell people, look, even if you've already got every room in your house with a single Bell & Howell pest repeller in it, add a set of these into the mix to take care of that wall. It's going to add that feature. So it actually could be an add-on as well, because everybody needs that protection inside of their home. You know, we always talk about how people that live in tall buildings and condos and things like that, and they've got people living all around them, above them, below them, on either side. You can't control how these people live. Right. You can't control how they're attracting pests, but you can keep out of your environment, and that's where the Bell & Howell pest repellers come in, and especially with that electromagnetic built into them.
Final 3 minutes or sell out, whichever happens first. On the way next, we have a this day only, something completely different, something you've not seen today. I hope we've piqued your interest. I hope you're curious to try them. They do save you a lot of money. They are great protection. Nobody likes the spiders, Lou. Nobody likes the rats, certainly mice or ants. But, you know, you even say it, you can't go to the store and buy things for spiders, as it were. This gives you a broad, wide range of protection against all of these things.
Yeah, and these are the things that most people have problems with, and that's why we decided that those are the ones we were going to test for. But I'll tell you what, Adam, you know, we have all kinds of issues when it comes to pests here in Florida. It's basically Wild Kingdom down here. You know, we've got all kinds of insects, rats, mice, you know, depending on the time of year, you've got another enemy. But the thing is, we don't want to kill them. We just want them to go away. I'll tell you, one of the things I hear from people is they don't want their friends to come into their house and think that they have a pest problem. Well, let me ask you a question. If I walk in your house and I see this, or I see this,
right,
which one of these two things says pest problem to me?
You never know what it even is, though, Lou, because it just...
you never know.
It just looks like... Do you know what it looks like? It looks like one of those, like, oil diffusers, the smelly, you know, the nice fragrant diffusers. That's what it looks like.
It does. Everybody says that. It looks like an air freshener. Yes. Or sometimes when people see the lights flashing on them, they think it looks like some sort of burglar alarm or something. You know, I'll take that too, whatever. I just wanted to get rid of the pests without poisons, without traps, without any of that stuff, without me having to do anything. And you know who really loves these, Adam? People who have second homes, people who are landlords, people who have barns, sheds, things like that, buildings where you're not there all the time. These are awesome for that, because the best pest repellers in the world are us, human beings, but when we're not there, the pests have a field day. Get a set of these if you've got a second property or have renters, anything like that.
I don't like them and I don't want them. I'm just being honest. I don't want them in the house. I don't want to have to see that spider running around the walls at night when I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want to have to, you know, so many times, God forbid it's in the middle of the night when you don't have all the lights on, there's a cockroach scuttling across the floor. What if you stood on it? Anything we can do to help repel those things away, I'm all in. Remember, when you buy it today, there isn't even a monthly fee or replacement or things that you've got to change out. It's a one-time purchase, one time, and then you've got it. So as we start to wrap this on up, you will see Lou all the time presenting the regular pest repellers, which are amazing, by the way. But this is that item that you don't see all the time. Ultrasonic with electromagnetic. The two technologies coming together to give you the most powerful frontier against those creepy crawlies. Lou, I wish it was on more often, because I think once people understand the differences, it's really a compelling story. It's something we can all understand.
No, absolutely. You know, but the problem, Adam, is we can't keep them in stock.
Right.
You know, but every time they come in, they go out. But I think it's because people understand the technology and they know it's something that they need.
Lou, as always, it's a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
Okay, man. Take care.
Thank you, Lou. Still to come, we have Bruce Lubin's Who Knew, the best-selling book of all time on HSN. I've got our Side Sleeper Pro. It's a pillow today special. But